All right, so I believe we are good to start. Hold on, guys. Okay. So I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Can someone confirm if it is visible? Anyone?
Yes, sir, visible.
All right, Harry. Okay, so let's start. So Bikendra, what we discussed in last class? Can you just remind? You will recall in last class discussion? Bikendra?
सर लास्ट क्लास में हम लोग इंटरवेलन का लैब किए थे और इस इथरनेट चैनल का भी किए थे FortiGate के साथ
Okay, very nice.
और इंटरफेस के बारे में हम लोग जान पाए थे।
All right. Good, good, good. So we'll continue that discussion only. Thank you so much. I just wanted to check we are in sync. So I will simply log in the firewall and we'll discuss the next thing. Like we try to understand further what are the different interfaces we have in the FortiGate firewall.
सर सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट यू सर, एक क्वेश्चन था मेरे पास।
Just give me 1 minute. 1 minute. Let me
ओके।
change my internet first. Hold on, guys. I need to change my internet. Begin. What is your questions? Please ask.
सर मैंने EVNG में FortiGate का इमेज डाउनलोड किया है,
Mm-hmm.
बट उसमें जैसे आप लैब करते हैं तो पोर्ट 1 पे ऑटोमेटिक आईपी ले लेता है ना, तो उसमें MGMT पे ले रहा है मेरा। तो ये क्या इमेज का इशू हो सकता है क्या सर मेरा?
नहीं बट दिस FortiGate इमेज में एमजी तो होगा ही नहीं ना आपका. यू डोंट हैव द एमजी इन द FortiGate इमेज. ये वाला कौन सा इमेज डाला आपने? कौन सा वर्जन है?
7.2.11 है सर।
7.2.11, राइट?
यस सर।
Okay, so might be the MGMT port will be there on that image. So उसको आप GUI एक्सेस कर पा रहे हो?
जीयूआई एक्सेस हो जाता है सर, लेकिन एमजीएमटी पे वो ऑटोमेटिक आईपी ले लेता है।
कोई बात नहीं, इट्स ओके. सो उसमें मैनेजमेंट पोर्ट होगा नया iOS में. आई विल चेक. क्या बताया आपने? 7.2?
7.2.11।
ओके. सो अगेन इट्स अ ट्रायल राइट फॉर यू ऑल्सो, राइट? इट्स ट्रायल वर्जन.
यस सर।
ओके, ठीक है. सो यू ट्राई टू डू दैट. अगर एमजीएमटी में हो रहा है तो इधर कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, आप उस पर कर लो. एंड यू कनेक्ट अनदर लिंक ऑन द योर इंटरनेट टू जस्ट गो आउट द इंटरनेट. दैट इज ऑल्सो गोइंग टू वर्क. देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम.
मैं जैसे आपका डायग्राम है ना सर, तो पोर्ट 1 भी मैंने लिया था 40
So
गेट
you
के
can
साथ।
change now when you connect the firewall, when you connect the cable from here, it will show the option which port you want to connect. You can skip the MGMT, connect the port 1.
ओके सर, ओके, आई विल ट्राई।
Okay? This way, let me show you how you can do that. If you have the another firewall, let's take an example. This is my FortiGate firewall. मैं यहाँ दिखाता हूँ आपको. Hold on, Karthik.
होएगा।
Sorry guys, please mute yourself, right? So this is, let's suppose, FortiGate firewall and you try to connect on this particular cloud, okay? So when you connect, it is going to give option which port you want to connect. So you just ignore the management, you connect the port 1. Begin. Will it work for you? Just try it and let me know tomorrow. Not tomorrow, on Monday. Okay?
ओके सर, ओके। बट
Okay.
मैंने पोर्ट 1 से ही कनेक्ट किया था सर, जैसे
So by default, the image have the port 1 as the management, okay? So it is going to work. If that is the case, then it is going to work. There is no problem.
ओके सर, आई विल ट्राई और आउटपुट बताऊंगा सर फिर।
ठीक है, done. बताना. Okay, so guys, in previous session, we discussed about the physical interface. We discussed about the VLAN interface. We discussed about the aggregated interface. We discussed about redundant interface. So these all we covered. Now, most important, we have to discuss loopback and software switch. And other is not, we have to discuss the zone and virtual wire pair. So this we have to discuss. Technically it's required. Hardware switch is not required. And these all are not relevant for. Tunnel will definitely create later on. So let's understand one by one how the loopback is going to be created. So to create the loopback, it's very easy. You can create the loopback interface just by going on the interface. If you want to get any loopback interface, just go network and interface, and here you just make the loopback. Just as similar, you create the on the Cisco router, you can make the loopback 101, and here you have to select the loopback interface. Now you have to give the IP address. Let's suppose you can give the 11.11.11.11/32, and you can enable the HTTPS ping and this HTTP, SSH, and it is going to create it. So it's very easy. You can create the loopback interface in this way. But this loopback interface, you have to make them reachable over the internet, then only it is going to work. Okay? So बहुत easy है loopback banana. There is no problem at all. So if you want to ping this loopback interface, it should be reachable if they are, let me check the IP address, show IP. Yeah, it is IP still there. So if I try to ping like 11.11.11. What was the IP address? Let me go here. 11, right? So it is not pinging because that interface is a different kind of the interface, and we require the policy. By default, it is not going to work. So you have to allow the policy from VLAN 10 to loopback 1, then it is going to work. So how it is going to happen? See, this is the my VLAN 10, and this want to talk with the loopback interface. So by default, it is not going to work. So again, if you want to make them communicate, it's very important. You have to create the policy. So let me create. So right now there is no policy. Everything is denied. So I'll create policy. I can just make the loopback policy. Loopback 101 policy. You can put any name. Incoming interface, that is going for VLAN 1. Outgoing interface will make the loopback. And the source, let's make any for time being, because we just have to do testing. It's very easy lab. And that is not going to be required. All session and click OK. Now we create the policy. So if I go again on this particular PC and I try to ping, should work. See, I'm able to ping. So if you are creating even the loopback interface, it's directly connected. In FortiGate Firewall, by default, it is not going to work unless or until you are going to create the policy. Makes sense? But making loopback interface is very easy. Now, we have the another concept in the FortiGate Firewall is the software switch. So one is the hardware switch, right? Hardware switch, basically, you have to purchase the switch from Cisco, Juniper, any company. Now we have the feature that is the software switch. So this is going to be software switch. In this software switch, partially of the FortiGate firewall, let's suppose this FortiGate firewall have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 interfaces. You can partially create a software switch, and out of that software switch, you can make some interfaces that part of the switch. So let's suppose this is the firewall. I can use this as a software switch. And then in this software switch, two interfaces are going to be part of the software switch, two interfaces. So you can put even these two interfaces also. So they are going to be act as a layer 2 switch. And if you are going to do so, even I have this IP address here, this IP address here, and they are in the different interface. See, but because they are the layer 2 switch, they are going to by default talk, and there is no policy required. समझ आ रहा मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? अगेन रिपीटिंग, आई एम सेइंग दैट कि इफ यू आर गोइंग टू क्रिएट अ सॉफ्टवेयर स्विच बाय डिफॉल्ट, अगर इनसे आप बात करने की कोशिश करोगे, it is not going to talk. By default, they are not going to talk. Why? Because FortiGate is not going to allow the communication between each other. So you have to do something to do that communication. Either you have to create the L3 interface and you have to assign a different subnet. That is not possible. Either you have to assign these two interface in the same VLAN. That is also, we can do that, but we are not looking for that. I'm just purely looking inside of this FortiGate firewall, एक मेरा सॉफ्टवेयर स्विच बन जाए जो लेयर 2 स्विच की तरह काम करे, एंड दैट इज गोइंग टू अलाउ द कम्युनिकेशन. सो उस तरह का इंटरफेस भी हम बना सकते हैं, दैट इज नोन एज अ सॉफ्टवेयर स्विच. अर्चना, इट इज क्लियर टू यू? समझ आया ये वाला कॉन्सेप्ट आपको?
हाँ सर.
क्लियर है ना? कोई
जी.
डाउट? अय्यप्पन,
नहीं.
फॉर यू इट्स क्लियर? अय्यप्पन?
Yes.
Okay, good. So let's make it Let's make it how it is going to be happen. So I'll go in this particular FortiGate firewall. I'll go in the network and I'll go in the interfaces. Now I have to create the interface. The interface is going to act as a software switch. So I'll make a name as a software switch. It's a very unique feature. And now you create the software switch. And now you have to map the two interfaces, 5 and 6. So I will go here and map the interfaces 5 and 6. There is no IP required because it's a purely layer 2. So even I want to assign the IP address, I can do that. There is no problem, but it is not required. There is no ping and such, nothing is required. And I'll just click OK. My software switch has been created. And in this, we have the two ports. Now, if I go in these two PCs, let me open it. And I'll assign the IP address directly to these two PCs. I'll go another PC also. And I will go here and I'll go here. And if you check the IP config, sorry, show IP, there is no IP. So I will configure the IP address, IP 192.168.10 dot, what is IP address? Yeah, 10.10/24. So I will go here and configure this IP address. Now I'll go here, IP 192.168.10.11/24. Right, so I will go here as well, and it is done. So I assign those two IP address on my FortiGate interfaces. Now let's say if I try to ping the request to go to the firewall, but these two interfaces is going to be layer 2 software switch, and they should talk to each other. So let me try. I will go and try to ping 192.168.10.11 and see it is working. How it is working? Because the request is going to the firewall and firewall is acting as a software switch. So this is how it is going to working. If I delete the software switch, it is not going to work. Let me show you. If I just delete the software switch again, let's see how it can be deleted. You cannot delete directly here. So you just have to remove this revision number. First, you have to delete the software switch address. I will create here. Now you've done it. Might be you guys are thinking even this software without software switch is going to ping, but not the case. I delete this software switch. The moment I will delete, you'll see the PC is stop communicating each other. Again, I create the software switch. They will start working each other. So this is the purely layer 2. There is no IP, nothing is going to required. I just click OK. And the moment you will do, it just start working. So this is the meaning of the software switch. It makes sense to everyone. What is the use case? I hope it's clear to everyone, right? So if I go here and try to ping 192.168.10.10 as well, it is pinging. Now, we have to move the next thing. The very important is the zone. What is zone? It is the very $1,000,000 questions might be going to be asked in interview. What is zone? Anyone know what is zone? Anyone know what is zone? Any idea? Anyone know what is zone? Just asking.
So combine a physical and logical interface to a one zone. Combine all the physical and virtual link as a zone.
In zone. That's correct. Partially correct, not 100%. But it is more about related to the Palo Alto. It's more related to the Palo Alto. Means it's not 100% correct, but partially correct. But it's a Palo Alto, right? In FortiGate, listen carefully. मैं क्या बता रहा हूँ? In FortiGate, zone have the totally different meaning. It used to combine, multiple interface for security policy. Means you logically group the multiple interface into security policy. Means there is a definition if you read it here. Zone is a logical group containing one or more physical address, virtual address, and these grouping interface zone can simplify your policy configuration. इसका मतलब ये हुआ, अभी मैं लैब करके दिखाऊंगा तो समझ में आ जाएगा कि zone is just going to help you club your interfaces together. Take an example. There are two VLANs, right? One is the VLAN 10. This is the one interface. And there is another interface, VLAN 20. If I want to send these PC to the internet, I required one policy. This is the policy 1. If this PC want to go on the internet, I required another policy. This is the policy 2. Similarly, if I have 100 VLAN, I required the 100 policy. So it's very difficult. If I have 100 VLAN, I require the 100 policy. So can I do something where I can create one policy for all 100 VLAN? Yes, it is possible, but we have to use the zone, and I have to group these all VLANs into that zone. Not only VLAN, let's suppose these two interfaces have different subnet. So I can group them also via the zone. So the problem statement is, let me show you. If I want to allow this PC to go on the internet, let's try it. So very first thing, I required the policy. So this internet, if you go here and try to go on the internet, 8.8.8.8, it is not going. You can see it's not pinging, destination network unreachable. So if you go here and just run the command show IP, you have the gateway, right? But if you're trying to reach the 1.1.1, global DNS is not working. If you go 8.8. also, it is not working. So these are not working. Even if you go this PC also, not VPC. If I go on this particular PC, and if I try to ping, it is not going to work. So pehle we'll understand the problem, then we'll talk the solutions. So let me put it. This is not working, unreachable. How I can make them work? So very first thing, this is, I have the interface. Anything they want to go on the internet, listen carefully again. Anything who want to go on the internet, minimum 3 requirement we have, or mandatory 3 requirement we have. If any client want to go on the internet, 3 things you have to do that. It's mandatory. Very first thing, definitely IP you have to assign on the interfaces. But in the firewall point of view, either it's a FortiGate firewall or Palo firewall or any other firewall, very first thing, you require the routing. This is the mandatory. Second thing, you require the security policy. And third thing, you require the NAT. That is the network address translation. Clear? The very first thing, we require the routing. Second thing, we require the security policy, and then NAT. Then only any client can go internet via the firewall. This is the mandatory. Clear? Every time we have to do these 3 things. And this is the basic fundamental. This is the basic fundamental, and you have to always do this if you want to go on the internet. Just make a note. So very first thing, we have to check. My requirement is, we'll talk zone definitely. Park this zone for time being, 5 minutes. Very fundamental, this PC want to go on the internet. So very first thing, this firewall must have the routing. How to go on the internet. So how routing can be defined? This routing can be default static. Why default static? Because internet have the more than 10 lakh routes, which is almost 1 million route plus. You cannot download all routing table here from ISP. If you are going to do that, and it is a small FortiGate firewall, your firewall is going to be dead, crashed. So we put the default route pointing toward the ISP, just single route. So anyone anyone want to go on the internet, just follow the default route toward ISP and it will go that. In our case, the ISP gateway would be IP address 192.168.1.1. If your lab is starting with 8.80, 9.90 or any 90 series number, your gateway will remain same this one. You check your lab. If you have the lab, if your lab is starting with 80 series or 90 series, your gateway is going to fix 192.168.1.1. If your lab is starting 111 or might be 11 or 111, your gateway is going to be 11.0.0.1. So if you put the default route, either you have to put this gateway 11.0.0.1. If your rack is ending with 11 or 111, means starting with 11. If it is not starting with 11 rack number, you can put this gateway 192.168.1.1. Is it clear, everyone? Make this a special note. Again, I am repeating. If your lab last 4 digit, it is starting with 11 or 111, you have to put this gateway 11.0.0.1. If it is starting 90, 80, 70, 10, 20, 30, that all is going to be 192.168.1.1, right? So my is 8081. So I have to define first routing. So I will go my firewall and I will define the IP. But before defining the IP, you have to make sure this port should have the manual IP address, not DSCP. If it is DSCP, change it manually. Keep the same IP address, but change it. Now you go, I'll tell the region later why I'm saying that, and define the static route. And I will put the default route, and gateway would be, mine is, what is my 8080? So it is going to be 192.168.1.1. And that's all clear. So my routing is done. Now we have to define two more things, policy and NAT. So we have to go security policy, and I'll create the policy. And here is the problem that John is going to invent it. I want to create policy for VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 both, but I cannot do that. If I want to create, let me show you. I want to create LAN to WAN policy. But if I want to create this policy, I can select only one incoming interface, either VLAN 10 or VLAN 20. I cannot select both. So if I have the 100 VLANs, I have to create 100 policy. If I have the thousands VLAN, I have to create thousands of policy. समझ आया? So let me show you. I'll create this and want to go this. Just take it any because we are testing कर रहे हैं. So policy is going to be created. The policy is going to be created. And inspection mode will leave the flow bed. I'll explain what is that. NAT is also required here. Very important. मैंने क्या बोला? We require three things: routing, policy, and NAT. So NAT अभी हम यहीं पे यूज कर रहे हैं. और भी NAT के तरीके होते हैं. I'll explain. Lot of variety of NAT we have. So I will just use this NAT. Should be checked, and I click OK. And the moment I'll click OK, you will see this PC must start going on the internet. And see, it's pinging. This PC start talking to the internet. Earlier it was not, but now it is pinging. But if I go in this VPC, still see it's not pinging because it's unreachable. So what I have to do that, I have to create another policy if I want to make them reachable. So I'll create another policy, LAN to WAN policy. One, I'll select the VLAN 20 and I'll go on the port this one. I'll click OK. I'll click OK. I'll go this one and all session. I'll click OK. And now if I go and try to this one also, you will see it is going to ping. But the problem is I have to create two policy. So Joan is going to help you to combine these two different policy into one policy. By the help of Joan, we can do that. If I have the 100 policy, 1000 policy, I can make the one policy. How? Let's do that. So I have to create a zone. Let me do that. And then we'll see that. So I will go here and I'll go in the network and I'll create the zone. Here is the zone. And I can say LAN zone. And in this LAN zone, I have to call the VLANs, but VLAN is not visible. Why it is not visible? Because already they are assigned in the policy. So first we have to delete the policy, their reference number, then it is going to be only visible. So let me go and delete that policy references. So I will delete this one because end goal it is going to use in the policy only. So I will go here and I'll delete this, both VLAN. Now if I'm going on the network, I go in the interface, I'll create, you see VLAN 20 is showing, why 10 is not showing? Whatever, not 10. Okay, this policy is also created, no? That's why it's not showing. So loopback is there. So let me now, it's going to show that. So I'll go there and I'll create the zone and I can put the LAN zone. And now I can map the multiple interfaces. I can map the port 1 and 4. What is the port 1? 1, this one, and 4, this one. But these are physical I don't require as of now. I just want to make from the VLAN 10 and 20. It's done. If I want to make my loopback also, it is not showing here. So loopback is not possible. I can just use the physical or virtual. I click OK. Now you see this zone has been created and this zone have the two VLAN. So now if I want to make them reachable on the internet again, because they are not pinging now, because we'll delete the policy. So they are not pinging. So I want one go, they start pinging together. In one go, they should start pinging together. So how it is going to happen? I need to go in the policy and I can create a policy this time, LAN to WAN policy. And this LAN, I'll go and create this LAN. See, now the LAN zone is there and both interfaces are going to be there. And I go here, my WAN port this one. I'll go here all. I will go here all. I'll go here all. And NAT is going to be required because you are testing all session. The moment I'll create OK, you will see the both PCs start talking together. So this is the beauty of zone. You guys understand what is zone? Is it clear to everyone? Pramod, Jaydev, Ayyappan, Hari, Vikendra, Archana.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
So if someone is going to ask what is zone, I hope you guys are able to define.
Sir, I have some question, but I'm asking later. No?
Please
So-
ask a question. Any question you have, please ask. Might be it is going to helpful further. Please ask question.
So Vishalji, small doubt is there. So you're telling a zone combined of all the interface, right? So at max, how many interface we can able to merge in the zone?
Means whatever the interface you have the FortiGate firewall, maximum capability, that all are going to
Okay.
be maximum. So your physical firewall, it might be the 12, 14, 12, 18 or 24, right? Virtual also similar kind of the 24 or 18 interfaces you can do that.
Okay.
So whatever the interfaces you have, you can map together in the one zone. That's possible.
सर जी वो अपन इंटरफेस फिजिकल इंटरफेस और विलेन दोनों को एक ही जोन में डाल सकते हैं
Yes, yes, we can do that. So if you want to put this, go in the zone, go in the interface right here, and you want to change the address. You want to put this one also port 4. You can do that. See?
ओके
No?
सर
So we can put that also. It is possible. Clear?
यस सर
Okay, so I don't need this one. We can remove this one. One more thing I forgot to mention that there is one feature, block intra-zone traffic. What does mean? Block intra-zone traffic, that mean if you are going to click this here, if the traffic is coming from the same zone, means VLAN 10 and 20 cannot talk to each other because they are belong to same zone. Earlier they were able to talk, but now they cannot talk that. So if you want to make them talkable, you have to click this OK. So let me show you. So if I'm going in the PC, this one, I just forgot this one. Show IP. So this is my one VLAN. and this is my show IP. So if I'm going to ping this IP address from this particular PC, so I just click it here. Sorry. This is not pinging. Why it's not pinging? Because, Archana, why it's not pinging? Archana?
Not sure.
Because I mentioned right now, there is one feature, block intra-zone traffic. इंट्रा-जोन का मतलब ये होता है कि सेम जोन में, तो ये दोनों सेम जोन में तो हैं, लैन जोन में. सो इट इज ब्लॉकिंग द ट्रैफिक. समझ आया अभी? ये पूछा जा सकता है इंटरव्यू में. तो अगर मैं इसको ऑफ कर दूंगा अभी ना, व्हेन द मोमेंट आई विल डू द ऑफ, you will see the magic should be happen and it is start pinging. Make sense? So you don't require any policy. This is going to help you to make the communication. So if you check, someone is going to check this mistaken your two device and no policy is required. If you are creating a zone, either you can allow the communication between them or you can block them. That's simple. So you just have to check, you click here, block, then they stop talking to each other. If you click unblock, the magic will happen and they are start going to talk to each other. So I believe we summarize the zone, and let me close this recording and move to the next chapter. Okay, so now we have to understand the new type of the deployment, that is the virtual wire pair deployment. So let me go here. This lab is not going to work for the VWire. I will set up a new lab. So I will go and close this one. And we have the new lab here. And this is the Palo Alto. Why is a Palo Alto? Yeah, this is the FortiGate. Okay. So I should open this one, not Palo Alto one. So what is the VWire? First, we have to understand the VWire, and then we have to do this lab. So this VWire is going to use your Palo Alto and FortiGate both. So in VWire, your firewall do not have routing capability and also not have the switching capability. Got it? This firewall cannot do routing, cannot do switching. But what can do that? They can still do traffic inspection. What is traffic inspection? Means if any traffic is going via this firewall to this PC or internet, any traffic going, this firewall still can check what traffic you're sending based on your IP, based on your MAC, based on your port number, based on the URL, based on your applications, based on your content and user ID. Anything. This cannot do routing, this cannot do switching, but still whatever firewall feature is going to require, it can do that. That's the concept of the VWire. It's work as a transparent mode. What is transparent mode? Means this device will think, इसको लगेगा कि I am directly connected to this one. It acts as a physical cable. This firewall acts as a physical cable for this device, because you can see 10.10 you putting here and 10.2 putting here. There's no IP on the firewall. So it's a plain cable, right? But still this firewall have the capability to filter every traffic. Did you guys understand? Pramod, Mr. Pramod, Jayesh, Jaydev, you guys understand?
Yes,
क्या
yes.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
कोई डाउट नहीं है? क्लियर है सबको? अर्चना आप बताओ कि व्हाट इज द VWire मोड, क्या कर सकता है? व्हाट VWire मोड कैन डू दैट? क्यों यूज करते हैं बताओ मुझे एक बार.
ये ट्रांसपेरेंट मोड के लिए यूज करते हैं, जिसमें ये राउटर्स को लगता है कि ये डायरेक्टली कनेक्टेड है, बट ये फिल्ट्रेशन करता है.
That's a good answer. Yeah. So it looks like they are like cable connected here, but still they can do all traffic inspection, all traffic filtering. मैं भी live करके दिखाता हूँ आप लोगों को, ठीक है? So very first thing, we'll set up the PCs and we'll set up the routers, and then we'll do some basic routing between these two. Okay, and we'll see that. So these are the PCs, virtual PCs. So very first thing, what is the IP widget? 172.16.10.1, and gateway is going to be this one. So I'll put 172.16.10.1/24 16. Sorry, this is going to be .2, not 1. So the gateway is going to be .1. So this is the IP of the PC. That's the first job. I will assign for this PC also IP address. This is a different subnet. Totally different subnet. So I will go here and I'll put the 192.168.10.2/24, 192.168.10.1. This is my IP address. Clear? If you check here, show IP, you are going to get this IP address. Show IP, you are going to get this IP. Now, what next? You have to go in the routers and you have to configure the routers. So let me go in the routers, both router, and I'll leave the boot the routers. I'll increase the font size. And I will go here. And then I'll go in the firewall. And I will simply set up the firewall as well. So default is admin. There is no password. I'll put again admin. I'll confirm that. And you will check the show system interface. You're going to get this IP address. You just have to log in this firewall. So I will go here and log in. And we'll do the firewall configuration as well. So very first thing, before I go in the firewall, let me do the router's configuration. So my router is ready. It's boot up. So I will put as a host name of this router as a R1. And do show IP interface brief. And what IP I need to assign? On this Ethernet 1, I need to assign 172.16.10.1. So I will go on the interface Ethernet 0x1 and I'll assign the IP address 172.16.10.1 to 55.255.255.0. No shut, right? This is the one thing. Another interface we have Ethernet 0x0. So interface Ethernet 0x0, I will assign the IP address 10.10.10.1 to 55.255.255.0. No shit. Okay, so this is done. So I just did two things. IP assignment. Now, very first verification, I will go on this PC and I will ping this IP address 172. Archana, should it ping or not? What do you think? Gateway should be reachable or not? If I ping. Archana? If I configure this IP here, if I try to ping from this PC, will it going to ping or not?
Yes.
Okay, very nice. It's pinging. Now another question. If I try to ping now 10.10.1, will it going to ping or not?
Yes, it is directly connected.
If I'm here, if I try to ping this one is fine. It's going to ping, right? Okay, but now I'm trying to ping this one. It is going to ping or not?
Yes, it is pingable.
Bikendra, what do you think?
नहीं पिंग करेगा सर.
Ayappan, what do you think?
FortiGate को कॉन्फ़िगर करेंगे सर.
No. Who is writing on my screen? Please do not write. Ayappan, what do you think? It's going to ping. This packet is not going to FortiGate till now. This packet is only on the router interface. We is starting the ping from here to here and it's successful. Now we are going to the another interface. It's going to ping or not? Somebody write on my screen. Let me reshare my screen. Hold on, guys. Let me reshare my screen. Somebody तब तक आप लोग सोचो. Okay. Ayappan, what do you think, man? Ayappan, Jaydev, what do you think? It's going to ping or not?
It will ping.
Okay. So Archana was right. It is going to ping. And who said Ayappan or Jaydev? Who said it's going to ping?
Yes, right.
Yes. So why it is pinging? Because see, the packet is going to be created from this PC. Okay. This PC have the source IP address and destination IP address. Source have the 172.16.2, right? 172.16.10.2. Destination 10.10.10.1. This packet will land to this router. So this router have the reverse and forward both information. Routing table have the both as a connected route. So it is going to allow. It's going to ping. Simple definition. So Archana use the right logic and it's perfect, right? And also open. So begin, you just check it. It is going to ping. All right.
Okay, sir.
Directly connected. Now I will do the same thing for the R2. So let me go in the R2 as well. Do show IP interface brief. And in this R2, I will use this Ethernet 0x0. So interface Ethernet 0x0. I will assign the IP address 10.10.10.2 this time. 0, no shit, right. Another interface I have is Ethernet 0x1. So Ethernet 0x1. IP address is going to be, what is the IP address? 192.168.10.1. 192.168.10.1 255 255 255.0. No shit, do right. Okay. So if I'm going in this VPC, let me try. The gateway should be reachable. It should be pingable. Yeah, first is ARP and it is reachable. Now if I try to ping 10.10.2, it is also going to be reachable. So this is also reachable. So we are good here and it is working fine. What next? The next step, we have to try this 2 IP to talk. So as of now, firewall doesn't have any configuration. So if I try to ping from this router to this 10.10.2, it is going to ping or not? Jaydev, what do you think? There is no firewall configuration as of now. I'm in the router 1. And
So from which one? 10.10
10
Yeah, it
dot
will ping.
1 to 10.10.2 because they are the one end and second end IP address. And we have the firewall, but firewall we haven't done any configuration till now. I'm in the router 1 and I want to ping router 2 WAN IP address.
So can you show again the topology?
Yes, this is topology.
I think it is not changing because the interface is
Your
very
voice is not clear, Jadev. It's not clear. So anyhow, guys, it's not going to ping because firewall is there, right? So firewall will not allow to ping, right? But we have to make them reachable. How it is going to happen? For that, we have to use the VWire concept. What do we have to use the VWire? VWire concept. In this VWire, we have to do some sort of the configuration and then they are going to be reachable. So let me do that. How it is going to happen? So if I go in my FortiGate firewall, you're not able to find any VWire configuration. See, virtual IP is there, but there is no VWire configuration in any section. So how I can do that? If I go on the interfaces, I can create the virtual wire pair. Very simple. But even I'm going to create the virtual wire pair, we require some sort of the policy. It is not going to work. So first let me create. In VWire, we require 2 interfaces should be part of the VWire. So what is 2 interfaces? So basically, they are going to create a virtual wire between these 2 interfaces. And the packet is going to be pass through this virtual wire from this interface, and then your policy is going to be enforced. Policy in action. So anything going, it is going to take an action on the my FortiGate firewall. Make sense? So let me show how it is going to get. Very easy. But one problem, we require the security policy. But security policy doesn't have any VWire policy. See? Firewall policy we have, but there's no VWire policy. Let's make the first VWire. In VWire, we have to match the two interfaces. The one is port 2, another is port 3. So I'll go port 2 and port 3. See? Must have exactly two interfaces. See the warning. VWire list, even not less than 2, not more than 2. You have to select two interfaces. And I'll click OK. Now I have done the VWire, but still, if you check that, my communication is not happening. I'm not able to ping from one side to the other because the firewall doesn't have the policy. So how policy is going to be configured in this particular FortiGate firewall? For that, we have to go in policy, but nothing is showing. So you have to enable one feature in FortiGate firewall to make them happen. So you have to go in system and you have to go in the feature visibility. And in this feature visibility, you have to enable the feature. By default, it's a disable the VWire policy. Let me know if you guys are able to see that somewhere. Intrusion antivirus. Hey, where it is VWire policy? Okay, advanced option. You can just click on the advanced section. Let me click it. And in this advanced section, once you're done, let me apply it. Go in the policy. Now you see, once you enable the advanced option, you have the VWire. So the name is not going to show VWire, but you have to enable this policy advanced options. Clear? Then your VWire policy is going to be there. Now your VWire policy is there. Now you can create the policy to make the communication through the firewall. Still, it is not pinging, but we have to make them reachable. So we have to create a policy, and I can just put the VWire policy. In VWire policy, I will see this port are by default map. So for time being, I will make the any, but later I will show you how to filter the traffic. So I'll put any, no NAT needed as of now. Okay. And I click OK. So this policy is going to be, see, the port 2, port 3, automatic mapping is done. Any source, any destination, any kind of services, I'm just allowing and I clicking OK. The moment I will do that and I try to ping, your ping is start working. See? And even going for the this side and you try to ping the another side 10.10.1, it is going to ping. Now the next question. If I'm on this PC, listen carefully. I want to test your routing knowledge as well. If I was on this PC, I was able to ping this IP address. I was able to ping this IP address. Now this firewall is have the policy allow the connection. Can I ping this IP address? Can I ping this IP address? Earlier, if I initiated the packet 172.16.10.2 to 10.10.10.1, ping was successful.
No.
Now I'm talking, I have to go 170.60 to 10.10.10.2. Will it ping or not?
Not.
No, sir.
Why?
Because of the router
Okay.
1 is don't have in the routing information in router 2.
Which subnet they not have the routing information?
10.10.10.2.
10.10.10.0.
Sorry? Jaidev, one minute. Jaidev, which subnet they don't have the routing?
This one. router 2 10.10.10.2.
10.8 it's directly connected, no? It's already routing table में है. Where is the problem?
Unsolid.
This subnet is all directly connected. तो ये तो routing table में है ही है इसका router 2 पे. Let me show you. This router is in the routing table. If you go swipe it out, I mean, let me first change the host name. Conflicting. Archana, आप भी सोच के रखो. So if I go here and show IP route, see this is in routing table, no? Where is the problem? Yes, Ayyappan, take your chance. Meanwhile, Jaydev is thinking.
Yeah, one sort of segment is not right. One sort of segment need to advertise.
Yes. So see, the packet is going to be reach. Your packet is going to reach. When you ping, na, this packet is going to reach here. Let me show you. If I ping, this packet is going to reach, but this will never reply. How I can test that? I can show in the live proof. So what I can do, I go in the router and I can just debug IP ICMP packets. Okay, debug ICMP. Hold on. Okay, so I enable this debug. Okay. Now, if I ping from this location to which IP address? 10.2. I'm saying this packet is going there, but it will not reply. So why it is not going to reply? See, this is pinging. Now check IP. See, your packet is coming from which source? This source, but you are not able to ping. Why? Because when we receive this packet here, when I receive this packet, so when packet received, they have the source address. They have the source IP address 172.16.10.2. This is my source IP address. And when and destination was 10.10.10.2. This was my destination IP address. But this is my packet from PC. What was the PC name? PC1 to this packet from PC1 to your R2. But when R2 is going to reply to PC1, you have the source IP address that is going to be 10.10.10.2. That's why you can see this is a source IP address. You see, because this is a reply, it is trying to reply. And destination is 172.10.2. But this destination, do you have a route? Do you have a route for this destination? The answer is no. So because of that, it is not pinging. But if I put the reverse route like default IP route, I can put default wanting to next hop 10.10.1. That means I'm saying if you want to go any subnet, you just redirect toward my R1. And now if I'm pinging again, it is going to ping. See? So this is how it is going to happen. So my PC have the reachability to R2. Similarly, if I go in the VPC2 and try to ping 10.10.1, it is not pinging. So what I have to do that? Archana, अब मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा? If I'm this PC and I'm trying to ping this one, it is not working. So what I have to do that now? Ayyappan, Jayadev, what I have to do that?
So same thing, we have to be routing R1
Yes.
for the outer
So,
R2 resolution.
So I have to add the route again. The same route I need to add. But this time I need to put the different next hop. Should be 2 and do right. So my job has been done. Now if I go here and try to ping, it is pinging. So we have the reachability. So now if I go and try to ping end to end, it is going to work. 172 to this one. So if I go here, this PC, and try to ping the last PC, it is also going to work. So it is pinging. And if I go here and try to ping 172, we have the end-to-end reachability. Now, let's validate the VWire is actually working or not. VWire is allowing the connection, but I told you VWire have the capability to block the traffic after inspection. So it is going to either block or take action on the traffic. So now I have a requirement. I want this PC should talk to this should talk to this IP address, but should not talk to this IP address. This IP address should blocked, and this IP address should be allowed. And I want to do via the VWire policy. So right now you see what is happening. If I ping this IP address or this IP address, both are going to be reachable. Let me show the current result. So if I'm going here, this is also pingable. And if I'm going here, this is also pingable. But I want .2 should be blocked. Clear? What is the objective of my lab? Archana, clear? Pramod?
Yes, sir.
Come on. You guys are sleeping now. Oh. Keep saying yes, no, maybe. You guys are sleeping, okay?
Yeah, listener, sir.
Okay, so now I have to go and create one policy under the VWire and I will block this.
It is as like of, I think, ACL, no?
Yes, kind of ACL. So I will edit the same policy, but in this same policy, what I will say that instead of the all source, I will create the specific source. I'm going to create from this source. So I will go here and create one of the address. So I will create the address and I'll create PC1 and I'll create the address 172.16.10.2/32. That's all. So I'm going to say this PC1 should only talk to this IP address, should not this IP address. So I will map the another user. I will create another user R2 LAN IP. Okay. And what is the IP address? It is going to be 192.168.10.1/32. Okay. Just single host. So I will just match there, not here, sorry, destination. And this is. Now services any, I will keep it here and NAT is not going to require and I will click OK. So now in this policy, I'm saying only PC, this IP address 1 should talk to this IP address, rest should be blocked. So I can go and try to ping from here. If I try to ping .1, it is pinging. But .2 is not going to ping because we do not have the policy. So if I want to allow this ping again, I have to add this address in this particular list. Okay, so the lab is mid, means it is not allowing to ping. But if you want to ping, you must have to again add this address in this destination list. Then this is how your firewall can do the inspection. So PC2 IP address 192.168.10.2/32. Just host I want to block. So I will go here and I will R2 LAN IP address. And where is another address? PC2 not created. We created no PC2 as well. Why it's not showing? Let me create one more time. PC2 IP. PC2 and I'll go here 192.168.10.2/32. For some reason it's not coming here. I don't know what happened. It is must be created here. You can see this address is created, but it's not showing in the policy. I don't know what happened. It will show later. Probably it's a bug of this. Now it's showing. Okay. So you can see this is the PC2. So now I can just click OK. And now if I go here again, say it is pinging, start pinging, automatic. So did you guys understand what is the VWire mode as well?
Yes, sir.
Clear? Any doubt?
Yes,
So I wanted to cover one more topic today, but I believe it is going to be too late. And it's a Friday, so I believe it's fine for today. What do you guys think?
Yes. So, Vishal sir, regarding this VWire VWire, so we are not configuring any IP in the port
No.
2 and 3, right?
Right, no IP,
By
no IP.
pressing, yes. This is mainly used uh, for mirroring concept we are using. I'm asking.
Sorry.
So here one of the data center having the data center are having a part of this FortiGate firewall. They're going to deploy this FortiGate firewall. In that scenario, we can use this technology, right? VWire technology.
Yes. Right.
So suppose we are doing a trace route.
Mhm.
So there's a no IP address. Suppose if it is
Definitely.
blocking in here in firewall.
Yes.
So how we can judge like here is dropping because of no IP address, nothing.
Definitely, it is going to be no IP. So in that case, you must have to check the firewall policy. There is no way. See, trace is passing and there is no IP showing here, Archana. ठीक है ना? So in that situation, you can't do anything. You have to be LLD, right? And आपको चेक करना पड़ेगा, आपको पूछना पड़ेगा, do you have any kind of the firewall in between जो ट्रांसपेरेंट मोड में काम कर रहा है या LLD आपके पास होना चाहिए. Then only you can troubleshoot. There is no other way. क्योंकि देखो क्या लगेगा, आप सोचोगे कि यार ये तो पॉइंट टू पॉइंट पिंग होना चाहिए. लेट्स सपोज ये दोनों बात नहीं कर रहे हैं आपस में, तो आपको लगेगा केबल ही कनेक्टेड है ना यहाँ पे. तो आपको तो ही लगेगा ना कि देयर इज अ केबल कनेक्टेड, बट इट्स नॉट ट्रू. देयर इज अ फायरवॉल हु इज ब्लॉकिंग द आईपी. तो आपको पता करना पड़ेगा कि भाई इस केबल के बीच में क्या है. तो अगर टेक्नीशियन इज सेइंग दैट देयर इज अ फायरवॉल, तो आप बोलोगे भाई अब एक्सेस दे इसका, तब आई कैन चेक दैट. मेक सेंस? देयर इज नो अदर वे. या तो आपके सामने एलएलडी होना चाहिए, एचएलडी होना चाहिए, या फिर आपको कोई वहां से बताए कि भाई, या आपको सेटअप पता होना चाहिए. देन ओनली यू कैन हेल्प दैट. क्लियर?
सर मैंने लास्ट लेक्चर में एक पूछा था कि मुझे वो टोपोलॉजी मतलब बताइए कि सपोज हम मल्टीपल ब्रांचेस को कनेक्ट करके कैसे एमपीएलएस के थ्रू फायरवॉल्स
That's a
वगैरह
good.
कैसे.
Okay. Let me talk. Let me talk. Okay, we have a time. Okay, just hold on. Okay. Just a good.
सो क्लियर हो जाएगा कि सपोज फायरवॉल्स कैसे कैसे
Ah,
लगते हैं और कहाँ.
done. Let me. Thanks for reminding. Okay, that's a good question. So the question is asking Nore. So हमारे पास multiple branches, right? Arshna, you saying this could be branches. This is a branch 1, right? This is the branch 2. This is my branch 3. एंड एक हम बड़ा ब्रांच ले लेते हैं, दैट इज माई DCBR4. मेक सेंस? सो क्या होता है कि व्हेन यू सेट अप द ब्रांच, राइट, वी हैव द ISP इन बिटवीन. ठीक है? कुड बी योर MPLS एंड इंटरनेट, or both internet or both MPLS. It could be any situations can be happen in your scenario, but generally MPLS internet होता है जब आजकल हम SDWAN पे रिप्लेस कर रहे हैं, right अर्चना? So what happened? These branches have the dual routers. R1 generally हम रखते हैं and R2. This also have the R1 and R2. They directly terminate the circuits MPLS, right? This also have the R1. This also have the R1. ठीक है? This R2. This R2. This R2. Clear? अब ब्रांच क्या होता है? द ब्रांच हैव द स्विचेज. लैन में हमारे पास क्या होता है? लेट मी क्लियर दिस ऑल. ओके, we'll write in different way. This is my BR1, this is my BR2, this is my BR3. So when we connect the router, we have two solutions. We have the switch. Below switch, we have the clients. We agree? Client होंगे, printer होंगे, Wi-Fi होंगे. Similarly, we have the switch. We have the clients. This is my clients. यहाँ भी आपका switch होगा. And this is the client. DC में क्या होगा? Again, DC also have the switch. But data center में there is no user. In data center we have the servers. Server 1, server 2, could be the server 3. ये आपके HR पोर्टल के सर्वर हो सकते हैं, could be the Citrix सर्वर, could be the फाइल सर्वर. अग्री? सो ये डेटा सेंटर होता है. अब मैंने ये बीच में जगह क्यों छोड़ दिया? देयर इज अ लॉजिक. इन प्रोडक्शन एनवायरनमेंट, देयर इज टू सॉल्यूशन. वी कैन डिजाइन अ ब्रांच. सॉरी, ये कनेक्ट नहीं किया हमने ना. वी कैन डिजाइन अ ब्रांच with firewall and without firewall. If this is the without firewall, then what is going to happen? If you are going on the internet, आपका सारा traffic is going to be publicly available. If any file transfer you are doing from the data center, let's suppose MPLS is secure, this is going to make a tunnel. End-to-end MPLS tunnel is going to be there. So it is going to act as a private highway. So nobody is going to touch. ये सारा private highway बना देगा आपका. So every traffic is going to be securely communicate. If you're talking to MPLS, just AB MPLS मान लो आप, these all are going to be private highway because they are going to build the MPLS. So all branch are going to make the MPLS as a private highway. So nobody is going to understand what traffic you're sending and what traffic you're receiving, Archana. Make sense? यहाँ तक? So MPLS is going to be private and your connection and communication is going to be very secure. But when you go on the internet, the problem start with the internet. Internet is going to be unsecure. So अगर directly user traffic is going on the internet, that means you are on the risk. So such traffic which going on the internet, to protect that, we install a firewall here. And firewall have the connectivity with the MPLS and internet. And this will decide which traffic I need to process over the internet or which should not process traffic over the internet. Similarly, in data center also, when the traffic is going to land, we can put the firewall before the switch, and this will decide which user should access my server and which user should not access my server. So this is how it is going to be designed. So this is the one design. Another design is going to be happen. Any user want to access the internet. If I want to save the firewall cost from here. So this is the local breakout. We call as a local breakout. Means locally we are going on the internet. There is another concept, central breakout. So central breakout, what is happening? Let me show you something in diagram point of view so you guys can understand. So internet local breakout versus central breakout. So if you go and try to search some images, so see, I can show you probably this image. Central breakout is every traffic must go in data center from LAN point of view. And then data center is responsible to send the traffic over the internet. This is kind of the central breakout. Branches are going to land your data center and then from data center. So in that case, your branch will not have any kind of the local filtering. You just build the IPsec tunnel, send your all branch traffic data center, and then from there you go to the internet. So your firewall filtering is going to happen. That is another solution. अर्चना, इज इट क्लियर थोड़ा बहुत, या कोई अभी फॉलो अप क्वेश्चन है?
ठीक है.
नहीं, कोई क्वेश्चन है बताओ. इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चन, मींस योर क्वेश्चन वाज हाउ टू प्लेस द फायरवॉल, राइट? So firewall can place on the branch location, can place on data center location at the same time. Another solution, we can skip the branch location, we put firewall on the data center only. उस केस में हमें हर लोकेशन पे आईपी सेट टनल बनाना पड़ेगा to just go on the internet. मींस पहले डेटा सेंटर के साथ अगर आपको ब्रेकआउट करना है तो, ताकि सिक्योर ट्रैफिक इज गोइंग टू द माय डेटा सेंटर.
ये ब्रेकआउट्स कैसे करते हैं?
ब्रेकआउट इज जस्ट
एमपीएलएस सर इसके बीच में बनता है, बट मैंने कभी रियल
नहीं, मैं
में.
बताता हूँ. होल्ड ऑन. ब्रेकआउट इज नथिंग. देखो होता क्या है, कोई बात नहीं, आई विल हेल्प यू, डोंट वरी. सो ब्रेकआउट क्या होता है कि लेट्स सपोज कि एक ब्रांच है, ठीक है, छोटा बनाते हैं डायग्राम। दिस ब्रांच को इंटरनेट पे जाना है, यहाँ से कोई यूजर बैठा हुआ है, ठीक है, एंड दे वांट टू गो ऑन द इंटरनेट। टेक एन एग्जांपल, दिस इज द इंटरनेट। सो अगर ये डायरेक्टली इंटरनेट पे जाएगा यहाँ से बैठ के, सो व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन, दिस यूजर इज गोइंग टू एक्सपोज ऑल कम्युनिकेशन हियर, क्योंकि यहाँ पे फायरवॉल तो है नहीं। सो इस आप कैसे कंट्रोल करोगे कि व्हाट यूजर इज सेंडिंग डेटा और नॉट। तो आप यहाँ पे लोकली इंटरनेट पे जा रहे हो, मतलब डायरेक्ट ब्रांच से आप इंटरनेट पे जा रहे हो, दिस इज नोन एज द लोकल ब्रेकआउट। मीन्स राउटर पे आपका एक सर्किट लगा हुआ है इंटरनेट का और उससे बाहर जा रहे हो। क्लियर? जैसे आप घर पे बैठे हो ना, घर पे राउटर होता है आपका वाईफाई, और यहाँ पे आप बैठे होते घर पे, तो आप डायरेक्ट इंटरनेट करते हो ना आप एक्सेस,
हम्म,
तो दिस इज नोन एज अ लोकल ब्रेकआउट। क्लियर? मीन्स आपका आईएसपी का लिंक आया, गोइंग ऑन द इंटरनेट, दिस इज लोकल ब्रेकआउट। क्लियर? अभी समझ में आया
हम्म,
लोकल का?
हाँ
आप अभी ऑफिस के लिए वीपीएन यूज करते हो कभी बैठे बैठे?
हाँ
सो
राइट।
वीपीएन क्या करता है कि यू यू आर इन योर होम, राइट? ये आपका लैपटॉप हुआ, आप क्या करते हो, घर के वाईफाई से कनेक्ट होते हो, दैट इज अ इंटरनेट। ठीक है? आपका डेटा सेंटर कंपनी का कहीं रखा होता है, ठीक है, जैसे डेटा सेंटर हुआ, और ये यहाँ से कनेक्टेड है, राउटर एक यहाँ पे लगा हुआ है, ये भी इंटरनेट का राउटर है आपका। सो देयर पीसी इज गोइंग टू मेक वीपीएन टनल फ्रॉम इंटरनेट टू दिस राउटर, ठीक है, या फायरवॉल भी हो सकता है। लेट्स सपोज कि दिस इज द फायरवॉल, डायरेक्ट फायरवॉल से आपकी टनल बन रही है, ठीक है ना? सो इफ यू वांट टू गो ऑन द इंटरनेट, यू कैन नॉट डायरेक्टली गो ऑन द इंटरनेट फ्रॉम हियर टू हियर, आप गूगल पे डायरेक्ट नहीं जा सकते। देयर माइट बी स्प्लिट टनलिंग कॉन्सेप्ट इज गोइंग टू बी देयर, एक कॉन्सेप्ट है स्प्लिट टनलिंग का, तब जा सकते हो, लेकिन मैं समझा रहा हूँ कि वीपीएन है, सो यू कैन नॉट गो डायरेक्टली, मीन्स आपका लोकल ब्रेकआउट यहाँ पे ब्लॉक है। तो पहले आपका ट्रैफिक इज गोइंग टू लैंड डेटा सेंटर, और इस डेटा सेंटर से एक इंटरनेट का लिंक लगा होगा। अब हो सकता है कि आपको यूएस में डेटा सेंटर है, तो इस इज गोइंग टू कनेक्ट द फायरवॉल। सो अब आपका ट्रैफिक इट इज गोइंग फ्रॉम पीसी एंड इट इज गोइंग टू दिस डेटा सेंटर एंड दिस इज गोइंग टू बी देयर, दिस इज नोन एज द सेंट्रल ब्रेकआउट। मीन्स कि अगर कोई दूसरी ब्रांच भी होगी यहाँ पे BR2, सेम वे भी यहाँ यूजर बैठा होगा तो भी यहीं आएगा और यहाँ से जाएगा, कोई तीसरा यूजर होगा तीसरी ब्रांच में बैठा होगा, घर से बैठा होगा, तो भी यहाँ आएगा और यहाँ जाएगा और यहाँ जाएगा। सो एवरी ट्रैफिक इज गोइंग वाया द योर सेंट्रल लोकेशन, दैट इज अ सेंट्रल ब्रेकआउट। अभी समझ आया ब्रेकआउट का मतलब क्या हुआ?
थैंक यू।
चलो कोई बात नहीं, कीप आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस, I'll cover from Monday, okay?
ओके।
All right guys, good.
सर 2 मिनट।
Yes, please tell me.
एक्चुअली मेरा यहाँ पे रियल सिनारियो क्या है कि सर, मेरा यहाँ पे एक वर्चुअल वैन लिंक बना हुआ है जिसमें तीनों आईएसपी का एक कम्बिनेशन है। और उसमें जो डिफ़ॉल्ट राउट है 0.0 का, वो वर्चुअल वैन लिंक है, तो बाई डिफ़ॉल्ट वो तीनों लिंक में ही वर्क हो रहा है। बाकी साइट, ये साइट 1 का बात बोल रहा हूँ, तो साइट 2 में भी मेरा एज इट इज वैसे ही कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है। तो जिसके लिए ऑलरेडी मेरा राउटिंग है डिफ़ॉल्ट राउट, तो मैं पब्लिकली पब्लिक आईपी टू पब्लिक आईपी पिंग कर सकता हूँ। लेकिन वो पिंग एक साइट 2 से साइट 1 को हो रहा है, बट साइट 1 से साइट 2 को नहीं हो। तो उसमें क्या इशू हो सकता है सर?
I need to check जयदेव in next class, okay? आप मुझे config दिखाना, ठीक है? आप config का स्नैपशॉट ले लेना, दोनों दोनों FortiGate फायरवॉल हैं।
दोनों 48 फाइल है।
ओके, कोई बात नहीं, आप अगर शेयर कर सकते हो तो शेयर कर देना, विल नॉट रिकॉर्ड दैट सेशन, ठीक है? या
हम्म।
config का स्नैपशॉट लेके दिखाना स्क्रीन शेयर करके, देन आई कैन हेल्प यू, ठीक है? मंडे को
नहीं,
देखना।
हम लोग ऐसे कर सकते हैं, मैं शेयर स्क्रीन कर सकता हूँ और रिकॉर्डिंग हम लोग ऑफ कर
हाँ
देंगे तो।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, विल डू दैट, नो प्रॉब्लम। ओके
ओके,
ओके, डन।
थैंक यू।
Sure, sir. Can you share the record session videos? So previously we can able to download that videos. Now we cannot download the videos.
Ayyappan, we have the portal now. The drive is
Okay, okay,
completely blocked now for the company. I don't have any control on that. Okay, so
okay,
you
okay,
guys have to get video on the learn, and it's lifetime. Don't worry. Okay, so
okay, okay,
you can just go and you can get how to access the video. The support team will going to tell you. Okay, don't worry. So
हेलो।
you,
okay.
हेलो।
yes, yes, Nehan.
मैं जस्ट ज्वाइन हुआ जस्ट 10 or 15 minutes ago। तो
Mm-hmm.
सर एक्चुअली मैं ज्वाइन करना चाहता हूँ अभी तो मैं एज अ डेटा सेंटर नेटवर्क इंजीनियर L2 हूँ यूटा डेटा सेंटर में।
ऐसे फॉर आईसी सिक्योरिटी क्लाइंट। तो
हम्म
अभी मैं स्विच करना चाहता हूँ फायरवॉल सिक्योरिटी नेटवर्क सिक्योरिटी में।
हम्म
तो इसलिए आज तो डेमो क्लास फर्स्ट टाइम ज्वाइन किया था आपका।
हम्म कोई बात नहीं नेहान, व्हाट आई कैन डू, ठीक है, दैट्स अ गुड चॉइस। सी डेटा सेंटर एक्सपर्टीज आपके पास है एंड यू ऑलरेडी डूइंग।
हैविंग 3 years an experience in data center.
ओके, सो इसके साथ अगर फायरवॉल भी ऐड करोगे ना, सो यू हैव टू बी लाइक यू आर गोइंग टू बी बिकम वेरी यूनिक इन द मार्केट, राइट? डीसी प्लस फायरवॉल इज अ वेरी गुड कॉम्बिनेशन, राइट? क्योंकि डेटा सेंटर वाले बंदे ना ज्यादा फायरवॉल पढ़ते नहीं है जो पढ़ते हैं।
नहीं, एक्चुअली मैं डेटा सेंटर और एंटरप्राइज दोनों का सर्विस देता हूँ।
So that's what I'm saying. That the unique skill is going to be there. So it's a good collections or choice for you. So today we discuss about the interface. अभी interface discussion हम कर रहे हैं. So I will cover one to one remaining जो session है. ठीक
ओके,
है ना?
सो सर आप FortiGate पोलोल्टो दोनों एक साथ पढ़ाते हो या
Yes,
ओनली
yes. So अभी
फॉर
हमारा
योर?
क्या हो रहा है वीक में, जैसे मंडे, वेडनेसडे और फ्राइडे, ये मेरा फोर्टिगेट चल रहा है, राइट? और
ओके
ट्यूसडे, थर्सडे और सैटरडे ये पॉलो चल रहा है। सो कल पॉलो होगा 9:30 पे, सेम टाइम पे।
ओके।
सो
मेरा सर थोड़ा फीस का स्ट्रक्चर आप
तो
बता
नयान, आई
सकते
कैन नॉट टॉक, यू हैव टू टॉक फ्रॉम वेयर
हैं?
यू गेट द जिम, ओके?
ओके
मैं नहीं
ओके
राइट पर्सन हूँ, ठीक है? मैं पढ़ा सकता हूँ, मेरे से क्वेश्चन पूछो, प्लीज, आई कैन नॉट टेल एनीथिंग, ठीक है ना?
ओके। सो कौन बता सकते हैं सर?
सर कहाँ से नंबर मिला आपको, किसने ज्वाइन करा आपको?
सर यूट्यूब से ही मैं ज्वाइन किया। जस्ट
यूट्यूब पे नहीं?
यूट्यूब से मैं नंबर लिया, देन व्हाट्सएप पे मुझे
अच्छा ठीक है, ठीक है, तो
मैसेज
वही,
आया।
हाँ, उन्हीं को बता दीजिए। आई थिंक ही और सी कैन हेल्प यू, ओके? दे विल रीच आउट टू यू, डोंट वरी,
ओके ओके।
ऑटोमेटिकली।
व्हाट्स योर नेम सर?
माय नेम इज विशाल।
विशाल। ओके
ठीक है ना? सो
ओके
वेलकम टू
सर।
क्लास, सी यू अगेन इन द नेक्स्ट